Hello everyone, I'm Deb and this is
Mo.
and welcome to Cooking with Mo and Deb, and Mo's going to talk to you about what we're making today.
Okay, so tonight it's chocolate chip cookies. You know, everybody makes chocolate chip cookies. I mean, you use the package of your chocolate chips, and these are just a generic brand, and you turn it over.
Don't throw it.
Excuse me, let's start that over.
No, let's not.
You turn it over and you have the recipe on the back, and that's what we do. You know, it's like, okay, here it is, let's do it.
Yes.
And they're good, you know.
Yes.
But I decided one night I would Google a recipe. I put in best chocolate chip cookies ever.
Really?
And so this recipe pops up and it sounded good, so I tried it. We are going to have the recipe down in the comments, so make sure you check it out.
You're going to want the best chocolate chip cookies ever.
You definitely are. So it's going to be quick, and we're going to run through it real quick. I'm going to go ahead and cream 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup of butter. And then Deb is going to mix the dry ingredients while I'm doing this.
And that is 3 cups of flour. And what kind of flour am I using?
All-purpose flour.
Can you tell us the difference of all-purpose and self-rising?
Well, the self-rising already has your baking powder and all that in it.
Okay.
And then the all-purpose flour does not.
Okay.
So most of the time in baking, you want to use the all-purpose flour. So
Sorry, I think I'm making a mess over here.
you look like
I've
you
done that more than once today. I'm sorry. I'll clean it up.
That's okay. No, you're good. All right. Now I'm going to add to my butter 1 cup of white granulated sugar. I'm going to add, sorry, Deb, 1 cup of light brown sugar packed. Boop.
And to the flour, since I'm using the all-purpose flour, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
And that's baking soda, not baking powder.
Baking soda.
So 1 teaspoon of that.
And 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay. And then I will continue with my wet ingredients, and that is adding 2 teaspoons. We're just doing the crossy thing over here. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and I use Mexican vanilla. If you can get it, it's the best.
Mexican vanilla?
Yeah.
See,
Mexican vanilla.
Where do you find Mexican vanilla if you don't live in Mexico?
No, a friend of mine, Erin, brought me some Mexican vanilla one time, and she spoiled me. I mean, it was that, you know, all bets are off after you ever try it.
So
It's
can
so
you
much
get it
better.
on Amazon?
You can. You can.
Okay.
Yep.
Never
So I
had
use
it.
a lot of vanilla, so I do get it on Amazon usually, and I keep asking her when she's going back to Mexico and get me some of that authentic Mexican vanilla. All right, I'm gonna cream my butter and both of my sugars and my vanilla, and then I'm gonna add 2 large eggs after that. Deb, you wanna go ahead and break those eggs?
Yep.
Let me show y'all these eggs. Look at that. Pretty brown eggs, straight from Lookout Mountain, the farm of my friend Carol. She has chickens that really, really keep me in business here.
So you get your, do you use these eggs for cook with?
I use those eggs for
Scramble?
everything.
Okay.
For baking, for cooking, for eating,
Okay.
whatever. They're the best. Fresh eggs are so much better than store-bought. If you don't believe me, try it. Okay, so I've got my butter and my sugar's creamed. Go ahead and pour those in, Deb. Now I don't know if you can see how orange those centers of those eggs are. The yolks are so orange and bright, but the flavor is just also a lot richer. And y'all, I'm purposefully using my hand mixer tonight to show you, when you're doing cookies, you do not have to have a KitchenAid mixer. It's nice to have one, but I very seldom use mine, even when I'm doing, my sugar cookies.
I have a KitchenAid and I don't use it a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's just Setting it up seems to take too much time, so
Yeah.
whipping out a hand mixture is just a lot easier.
And this one is a KitchenAid, and I do love it.
I like that one
I've
too.
worn one out completely, so I bought me another one. Okay, so we've got our wet stuff mixed up. We've got our dry stuff. Did you mix that kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
I mixed it
With a spoon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to mix in the dry ingredients. And I'm just gonna do like about a cup at a time. Mixing it up. Woo! Debbie, I'm gonna let you, that can be your job, Debbie. You can be the mixer inner of the flour.
And
Okay.
I always get this everywhere. Flour mixture or powdered sugar if
Now
I'm using
you
my
tell me
mixer.
after I let you have
Yeah.
that job. My goodness,
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
it's
make
the
a mess.
mixture that does it, so I think it'd be your problem.
Yeah, okay. All right.
You ready?
Yep.
There's two.
Alright. And y'all, this is quick, it's easy, but when you taste what comes out of the oven, oh my goodness, they truly are the best chocolate chip cookies ever.
You know, and finding that on Google's pretty, Google knows everything, right?
Google does.
Anything, recipes, just a
Yeah.
few ingredients, you can drop in a few ingredients and it's going to pull up several recipes probably.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things I don't like about technology nowadays. I mean, half of me wants to go back to the Waltons time and back before all of that, and just live a simple life. But then half of me is so glad we can just go,
It's just easy.
I'd like to have a really good recipe for goulash. And you can just Google it and come up with it.
You want all the rest?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. So I'm going to finish mixing this in, Debbie, and if you'll just open those chocolate chips for me. Some people will just pour their chocolate chips in and then mix it with a spoon. I ain't got no time for that. Y'all know me. So I just use my mixer and mix them in real good.
So it doesn't crunch them up?
It does not. It doesn't crunch them up. I was surprised that it doesn't, but it doesn't.
Gosh, this has been quick.
It is quick. Quick recipe, easy recipe, and a good recipe. Okay, throw them in there, damn. And you have to eat at least a couple. Yeah, you do.
You know what? I don't think I put salt in it.
Uh-oh.
A teaspoon of salt.
Okay,
Can
now,
we add it now?
you sure can. Now this recipe calls for sea salt, and I didn't have any sea salt. So, I haven't been to the sea in a while to get any salt. But anyway, we're just using regular salt. So hopefully that'll be okay.
I'll make it.
Yeah, it was okay last time I made these.
I'll
Guys,
probably Google and see what the difference is.
yeah. Okay,
There we go.
so we are done with that. Itchy nose. Washing my hands.
It looks. Here's the cookie dough.
Okay. So we've got our
Yeah.
pans prepared. We're going to use a baking sheet with parchment on it so the bottoms won't get too brown. And then we're using a Seal Pat mat. Debbie, do you have a Seal Pat mat?
I do not have one.
So those are the greatest things. You can see I've used mine a lot. It's all stained and brown. Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and roll out some cookies here. Not roll out, but I mean make,
So you're making them kind of big.
yeah, I am. I probably shouldn't. I should make them smaller, shouldn't I?
No, I don't know. I'm just.
And you know what I think what we should have done
What's that?
is chill this dough.
Oh.
And the reason I say that is because I didn't chill the dough one time I made them, and the cookies flattened out really, really bad. They were like flat as a pancake. Still tasted good,
That's really
but
the
they
main
didn't
thing.
look very good. So I got on the internet again, on Google, and I said, why did my cookies flatten out?
Oh.
And I found that they said most of the time when that happens, it's because your butter is too soft.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because I always thought you wanted it to be pretty soft when you're
so did I.
using it with your mixer.
But
News to
yeah,
me.
but I think that's one reason you would want to chill this dough.
Okay.
That way, get it in a good hard state before you stick it in your oven, and that way it starts baking before that butter gets too soft.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And I love to bake. I like baking better than making
Yeah, me too.
big entree meals.
And you cook all the time.
I do cook a
big
lot.
entree meals. Well, not so much now that your boys are gone, but
I have
you
been.
do cook a lot.
I have cooked a lot. It's not as easy to cook for a small number.
No,
as
it's
it is
much
for-
easier to cook for a lot of people than it is for just 2 or 3
Yep.
or 1.
Yeah.
Forget that. I just go to the drive-through.
Exactly. I don't know if it's cheaper, but
Yep.
we've almost got these rolled out.
Yep.
I've got a panful there.
Yep, I'm just going fast, and these are probably, like I said, they're probably going to flatten out pretty good. So remember that when you make them, if you want them to look pretty and kind of stack up instead of being flat as pancake, go ahead and chill your dough before you make your,
It wouldn't
Your
take
balls
too
out.
long, right? Just 5 or 10 minutes?
probably, stick it in the freezer for
Uh-huh.
10 minutes, ought to be fine.
Okay. Have I got too many on this pan?
No, yours are smaller, so
Okay.
you're probably good.
The best chocolate chip cookie
Ever.
ever.
You have to say it like that.
Ever.
Ever. Okay, guys, we're going to stick these in the oven, and we'll be back to show you the finished product.
Hey there, everybody. We are here with the best chocolate chip cookies ever.
In the world. Or ever. Ever. That's right. You're right. Okay, so we were worried that they would flatten out too much. They did not.
They look great.
They
They-
did not. So they not only baked up really nice and tall, but we're about to let Debbie
Have a taste test?
have a taste test. Now the ones on the Seal Pat mat did bake a little bit flatter.
They did, didn't they?
They did.
You think it's the mat?
I guess so. So, because this one has
Well-
like the holes underneath, so
Oh, it did.
it kind of bakes things evenly, you know, tops and bottoms. This is like a thicker bottom pan, so I guess that's why.
I mean, it is.
But anyway,
Well, before I taste one,
Uh-huh.
first thing you said when it came out of the oven is they might not look done. but-
yes,
so
I did say that. And she was like, I probably would have baked them a little bit longer. And I said, no, it's a mirage. It's a mirage. It wants you to think that they're not done, and then you put them back in there and you burn them.
Yeah, so
So,
if you
ooh,
look
that,
at it on the
that
bottom.
one's too done.
No, I don't.
I don't like them that brown. See?
Best chocolate chip cookie
Ever. Okay, that one did get a little brown though.
But
Why- oh,
it
you
has
know
a
what?
little crunch on the bottom.
This one looks better. I like them like that. Debbie, that one was too brown for me.
I like it.
Some people like theirs a little crunchy on the bottom. I'm like totally, give me one like this, you know? And I'm about to, okay, they're soft. Mmm. I gotta have some milk with that.
They're not too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
They're perfect. This is the best chocolate chip cookie.
I
I've
really
ever had.
think it is. I really think it's better than the recipe that you get on the back of the bag.
Definitely, for sure. You gotta try it.
Yep.
The recipe will be posted underneath this video, so
Mm-hmm.
make sure you check it out.
Mmm. It's good. Bye, everybody. See you next time.